Staffing. In these statistics I pull from DPI. We rank very high in this statistic in instructional technology support to school, and that's because we have an instructional technology specialist in each school. And actually, that's one of the reasons that I was attracted to this district, is because we made that commitment and we saw that as very important. We rank 34th in the state when it comes to how DPI classifies computers per technician behind these counties. So we're down there at 34, and the reason it's 326 computers per technician is DPI includes everybody. They include the person who manages our telephone system, the person who manages our wide area network, all of those positions they include in the computers or technicians per computer, and I've mentioned that to them. They say, yeah, that's really not right. It really should be those people focused on supporting computers in the schools. So to give you a little bit more of a realistic look at that, we have what we consider about 6 positions that support the 5,000 workstations in our schools, and actually one of those people is out on maternity. So you can see if we have one person absent, it significantly impacts our ability to get out to all the schools. And 2 of those positions do manage servers, and so they're touching workstations about half the time. But we have about 916 workstations per every technician. And in talking to Jason Lee on this committee, he's always interested. His kids go here, so tell me how you do it. And I mentioned this statistic, and he said, "Oh, well, we're in our area, we're at about 125 workstations per technician." I say, so he asked me, well, how do you do that? I said, well, probably not as good as you guys. I look at this statistic, and it's very much like a lot of things in life. You look in the medical area, nurses to hospital beds. You have too few nurses, too many hospital beds, you're not going to get the service. Air traffic controllers to planes in the sky. There's a lot of analogies that you could use here, but this is a critical statistic that is impacting our technology specialists in the schools that we need to address. When I look at a slide like this, I ask myself, well, how does this help us achieve our goal? And this is one that's really holding us back. A number of other statistics pulling from DPI. They recommend a technology assistant in each school. We have about 1 of those, so we're 13 short in that area based on DPI recommendations. The workstation recommendation 1 per 400. We have 6. We're short about 7.75 based on their projections. And this is kind of another slide to graphically show you what our technology specialists are facing in the schools. The complexity of the environment is often based on the number of computers you're supporting and then the number of people that are using those computers. And one thing that's not on here are the number of applications that you're responsible for in making sure those computers are working and the people are trained. And as I sat yesterday listening to all of the applications that we're expecting this one technology specialist in each of these schools. And I chose this running figure here because that's often what they're doing. They're running all over the building trying to meet all these needs. When I look at the PLCs, the RTI, the PBS, they've all got technology counterparts. The wikis, the RSSPs, the Rubicon Atlas, the PLC Matrix, they're all in training this morning on that. The Scantron Achievement Series with our common assessments. The classroom walkthrough program that our principals are using with the wireless uploads and downloads and the smart boards and all the resources there. We've just been layering it on each year to that one position. And, they're way beyond overload. They're in survival mode at this point. So I think you can see some of the inequities here across our district with one position at our high schools trying to meet all of those needs. And we also have one position in some of our smaller schools. There are some community colleges that are about the same size as our high schools, and they have 5 to 6 people working in technology supporting that need. So that's another slide that, again, I asked the question, how does this help us achieve our goal? We have some other needs also. Network security is a growing area, especially with some of the external and internal threats. IT project specialists as we bring in more and more technology. And online learning is an area that is really growing out there. And for us to move forward, it's going to take dedicated, not just a slice of a piece of pie of one position, but it's going to take dedicated support to promote and then track all those students taking online courses. I'd like to just take a second to talk about the Homeowner Program because you were involved with some strategic decisions that we made about a year ago. After we presented some information, you requested that we seek solutions that were scalable and supportable, that we thought that wireless was the future. And our challenge was to find low and no-cost supply of computers and to find a solution that would provide internet access to underserved families. And I'm very happy to report that thanks to a new hire, Rennie Johnson is now the program manager of what we're calling the Community Connection Program. I want to wave Rennie, everybody, so he knows who you are. Rennie has been working since September, and this program is really gaining some traction. And we have formed a partnership with Camden Institute this year, and I know that this program kind of operates under the radar, but we provided over 100 computers to students this school year through the Camden Institute. We've been working with the town on wireless access at our public housing communities. So just this week, or last week, they've finished the wireless installation at the South Estes Public Housing Community. So 47 students now have wireless access, and they don't have computers yet. I'll talk about that in a second. In Airport Gardens, we have 24 students in there that now have wireless access. The next thing that we're targeting is the Craig Domains area in Northside with a potential 38 students. So that's a shot of South Estes. So just to talk about some of the future directions, we're having some computer award events in early March where the families from these public housing communities will come to either East or Phillips and get a little bit of training and pick up their computer with wireless from the Camden Institute. Again, continuing to partner with Chapel Hill, we're targeting high-density areas of underserved students with wireless. Working with public housing, we're going to branch off and maybe look at some apartment complexes now and see how we can get that to work. Looking at scalable, supportable solutions, funding, and we're also continuing to support those public labs.